So there's a real importance of having purpose in your life, especially when you're in your 60s. I woke up the other morning and realized that I didn't feel a lot of happiness. I didn't know what I was going to do that day. I didn't have any, I just didn't have any purpose that day. And there's a lot of mornings where I wake up and I know what I'm going to do, and I'm excited about what I'm going to do, and I have that purpose. And I'm in my 60s. I'll be 65 in November. There's one thing that researchers and psychologists and people who have lived long lives all seem to agree on. Every human being needs a reason to get up in the morning. And it dawned on me, and I thought, oh, wow, this is really wild because this is extremely important. And that reason doesn't have to make you, famous. It doesn't have to make you wealthy. It doesn't have to change the world. It simply has to matter to you. Purpose is what gives us direction. It's the invisible force that pulls us forward when life becomes difficult. Without purpose, even good days can begin to feel empty. With purpose, even hard days become meaningful because we know why we're enduring them. I had kids when I was young, and my whole life, my children were my purpose. We raise kids, we make families, and you get up every morning, you love your children, you want to take care of them, and that is the beginning of your day. You have that purpose. And then as the children leave the nest and they grow, you're growing older, and they make their own families and they move on. You kind of lose that purpose. You have no more children at home to take care of. And it's funny because when they do come to visit, you find yourself running around doing what you did when they were little. Can I get you anything? Let's make the meals. Let me take care of you. It's just in you. It's integrated in you. You're a mom or a father or a parent, and that never stops. But when they're gone, that purpose does. And you have to find different things, and it's kind of difficult. But then you find yourself like me, feeling depressed or feeling unmotivated, and you wonder what's going on. And well, it's as simple as you need to have something that makes you excited about waking up, getting up, doing something that day. Purpose. By the way, I started this channel because I was having anxiety because I lost my nephew. I had third cranial nerve palsy. Everything hit me all at once. My nervous system went crazy. If you've been following my channel, you know that I have struggled. But in the past, it's been like 3 years. But the past year has been a year of recovery. So I am basically recovered. I still deal with, my nervous system is still really sensitive, and I still deal with the feelings of anxiety, but it's nothing compared to what it was. I have recovered, and I've been doing this channel, I think, for a year. I would have to go back and look, and it's been all about anxiety and recovery. And I'm not going to stray away from that, but I do want to change some things on my channel. And now that I'm in recovery, I am kind of looking for purpose, and making this channel has given me some purpose. I wake up in the morning when I was struggling, and I would come straight to the computer, and I would come straight to my channel, and that gave me purpose, and it really, really helped me in my recovery. And I want to thank everyone that watched during that time. I'm still, going through some of the things, that the after effects and the aftermath of the chaotic past 3 years of anxiety. Just a little bit now. It's just getting back to life after anxiety. What do you do after anxiety? What do you feel after it? In recovery, you're always, you feel like you're always working on it, and then when you finally recover, you have to find purpose, you have to find something that you love to do, something that you like to do. Don't sit around. Many people spend their younger years focused on responsibilities. Like I said, raising children, building careers, paying bills, taking care of your parents, meeting deadlines, and life is often so busy that there isn't much time to stop and ask, what gives my life meaning? Like I said, we're always busy doing all these things when we're younger, and then something changes. Your children grow up, retirement arrives, friends move away, loved ones pass on, and your house becomes quieter. Suddenly, responsibilities that once filled every hour are gone. And many people discover that while they have more time than ever before, they aren't sure what to do with it. This is one reason retirement can be emotionally difficult. People often think they are missing work, when in reality, they are missing purpose. Purpose and a paycheck are not the same thing. Paycheck pays the bills, purpose feeds the soul. Without purpose, it's easy to drift. Your days start blending together. Your motivation fades. You begin asking yourself questions like, why am I so tired? Or why don't I enjoy anything anymore? But sometimes nothing is physically wrong. Your mind is simply craving a reason to move forward. Psychologists have found that having a sense of purpose is linked to lower rates of depression, better memory, healthier heart, lower stress levels, and even longer life expectancy. People with purpose often recover from setbacks more quickly because they have something they're still moving toward. Purpose doesn't remove pain, it simply gives pain somewhere to go. When you have a reason to keep going, difficult seasons become chapters rather than endings. Now, let's talk specifically about life in your 60s. Many people believe your most meaningful years are behind you once you reach your 60s. Nothing could be further from the truth. In fact, your 60s may be one of the most important decades for discovering purpose. I find that really true. By this point in life, you've accumulated wisdom that younger generations simply don't have. You've experienced success, disappointment, grief, joy, love, and loss. Every one of those experiences has taught you something. But the question becomes, what are you going to do with everything you've learned? Some people mentor younger people, some volunteer, some finally write the book they've always wanted to write, some travel, some learn to paint, some start businesses, some care for grandchildren, some become community leaders, and others discover purpose in something as simple as planting flowers every morning or helping one lonely neighbor feel less alone. Purpose doesn't have to be dramatic. It simply has to matter. One of the biggest misconceptions about aging is that our value decreases as we get older. In reality, our value often shifts. When we're young, people admire our energy. As we age, people benefit from our wisdom. Society sometimes celebrates youth so loudly that older adults begin to believing that they no longer have much to contribute. That couldn't be more wrong. History has shown us countless people who did extraordinary work later in life, and many authors wrote their best books after 60. Artists created masterpieces. Entrepreneurs started successful businesses. Volunteers changed entire communities. Age didn't stop them. Purpose kept them moving. That's another reason purpose becomes so important in our 60s. Loss. By this age, most people have experienced significant loss. Their parents pass away, friends become ill, your pets grow old, sometimes spouses die, and health changes. Those experiences can leave enormous emotional holes. Purpose doesn't erase grief. Nothing does. But purpose reminds us that while life has changed, life isn't over. We can carry grief and we can still build something meaningful. The two can exist together. Purpose also helps protect us from isolation. Loneliness has become one of the greatest health concerns among older adults. And the studies suggests that chronic loneliness can affect physical health almost as much as smoking or obesity. Human beings are designed for connection. When we have purpose, we're more likely to leave the house, we're more likely to meet people, we're more likely to volunteer, we're more likely to learn, and we're more likely to keep growing. Growth doesn't stop because we get older. Growth stops when we stop believing we're capable of growing. I have been painting. I have started my YouTube page. There's a lot of things, and I get out and walk every day. At least I try. That's really important, to get out and move around. And I know it gets harder to do that, but you have to keep moving forward. As with anything, it's funny because I had the anxiety for 3 years and I'm in recovery. And I find myself, like, as with anything, even life, just using the same protocol that I use to recover from anxiety. Keep moving forward. It's funny how that applies to everything. Sit with your emotions, keep moving forward, feel everything. That kind of is just the whole basic part of living. So I try to follow that. It's funny that I was following that for the anxiety, and now I kind of following that for my whole life, for everything in it. It's good to feel your emotions. It's good to, all the things that help me recover from anxiety are all the things that are going to help me keep moving forward in life. And I find that very, very funny how that it applies to everything in life. When you recover from anxiety, all the things that you used to recover, all your tools, are going to help you actually through the rest of your life. Very interesting. Growth stops when we stop believing we're capable of growing. That's a very different thing. Purpose can be found almost anywhere. It can be, you could be caring for rescue animals, growing vegetables, researching your family history, learning photography, starting a YouTube channel, reading books that challenge your thinking, helping your church, teaching a grandchild a skill. There's so many things. I mean, writing your life story so future generations know where they came from, listening to someone who needs a friend. These things may seem small, but they're not. Small acts repeated over years become meaningful lives. Perhaps the greatest gift purpose gives us is hope. Hope says tomorrow matters. Hope says there is still something left for me to do. Hope says my story isn't finished. So no matter your age, there is someone who needs the wisdom you've gained. There is something only you can create. There's kindness only you can offer. There is encouragement only you can give. The world doesn't stop needing people once they turn 60. If anything, it needs them more, because wisdom is becoming increasingly rare. If you're in your 60s today, don't spend your time looking backward wishing you were younger. I think that's a mistake that we all make. Instead, ask yourself one simple question. What can I do today that gives my life meaning? The answer doesn't have to be big. It just has to be enough to get you excited about tomorrow. Purpose isn't something we find once and keep forever. It's something we continue discovering throughout our lives. As long as you're still here, there's still a reason you're here. And perhaps that's the most hopeful thought of all. Your greatest contribution to the world may not be behind you. It may still be waiting for you. And on that note, remember, purpose is so important. It gives you hope. Thanks for watching.